I have gotten a lot more... My patience with games is a lot shorter than it used to be. I have no problem trading in games that just aren't working for me. There are a lot of games to play, and games take up a lot. They cost money, and I would rather put money towards games that I'm going to play and enjoy versus ones that I'm not. Just for the sake of still having it in my collection. I don't know how you guys feel about trading in games or selling them off. That's a good discussion point there. Yeah, what do you guys think about trading in games? Selling off your games. Do you do it? Do you hold on to everything for dear life? I used to hold on to everything for dear life. When I was younger, I think I've told this story a few times, but when I was younger, some people broke into my house. And I'm pretty sure they are people that I thought were my friends, but weren't actually my friends. They broke into our house, and the only things they stole were my video games. And they stole, like Randy and I's video games. And they stole almost everything. The only things they did not steal were the things that I had brought to my friend Gandy's house, like, the day before. So there's a plastic bag in the living room that had, like, 2 Nintendo 64 controllers and a couple of... and a couple of games. And otherwise, everything got stolen. Super Nintendo, N64, just gone. And when the time came to get the insurance money, we didn't get everything... I don't... Are we going to get Mom and Dad in trouble if I tell the rest of this story? Let's just say we got stuff. We did not get all the stuff back that we originally had. I keep mine. I only ever sold 5 games. Wow. But I don't really regret selling the ones I did, and I'm not opposed to doing it if I have another time where I pick up something I don't like. I don't know where you're going with it, so maybe? Okay. So, Randy, I don't know if you know this, but when you claim... I still have the first Yoshi's Island... Oh, like, I still have the first Yoshi's Island that I had, and the same Majora's Mask. I will never sell them. I will never give them... I will give them to my kids. Alright, so, yes, those types of games I will never sell. I'm not selling Ocarina of Time. I'm not selling... I've thrown shade at this game the last few weeks. Advance Wars, never getting rid of this. Ever, ever, ever. Anything that's special to me, I'm not going to get rid of. If it's just a game where I look at it and I'm like, that game was okay, and I'm probably never going to play this again, and I'm not going to miss it, I will let it go. Like, The Last of Us is a game of the year. People love the snot out of that game. I thought that game was like a solid 8 out of 10. And I traded that game in. I don't regret it. I've had no interest to play it again. I enjoyed it more or less the time that I did. I think the last quarter of that game is phenomenal. Without going into spoilers, yeah, the last quarter of that game is some of the... has a lot of emotional weight to it. Also, I need to get back on my narrating here. Stop calling me Junior. I have a name. It's Andy. Well now, that's the spirit. Y'all are new to the Orange Star Army, right? Yeah, so? Hey, how'd you know that? Well, now, that's because I'm Grit. I was beholden to the old Orange Star not too long ago myself, so I'm pretty familiar with most of the military types. Well, y'all beat me this time. Who knows? Maybe we'll see each other on the flip side. So long, Jet. You too, Junior. Andy gets punked again. So where was I going with the story? Okay, so I guess there's 2 stories here. So without saying too much that could get my parents thrown in jail. I don't even think they can get thrown in jail. When you claim something being stolen, and you get insurance money from it, you are supposed to buy all the stuff back that got stolen. Now, Randy, you remember what we got. All right? Let's leave it at that. And let's just say we did not get everything back that was stolen. And part of that was because we did not get enough money to recover everything that was stolen. And so, like, after that experience, I got really protective of the games that we had. I wanted to keep everything because I've had it lost before, and I've missed a whole bunch of old Super Nintendo games. We're like, man, it'd be great to play Mario World again. Can't play, I don't have it. I would love to play Super Mario 64 again. I don't have Super Mario 64. I don't have Mario Kart 64. Those got stolen, and I never got those replaced. And those are hard to replace. I mean, I guess Wii U Virtual Console, I can get it for like $10, but getting a physical copy of those games is not cheap. It's not hard, but it's not cheap. And so I just started to hoard everything. But then, okay, let me flip to my face while we tell the rest of the story. So, I didn't want to trade anything ever. And at a certain point, I started buying up games. And when I moved out, I started buying like a ton of clearance games from Target. They were clearing out games when Canada had Target. We don't have Target anymore. Target bombed. That's a whole other discussion for a separate stream. I bought a ton of games for super cheap, and at a certain point is like, man, I'm never gonna play these games. I would love to play them, but I like realistically the way that I approach games, I put a heavy emphasis on playing new games that I can write about for the site. And like, are people really going to care about my review of Split Second? Like, probably not. Not like years after the fact. And so, like, at that point, I started thinking, like, you know what, I'm okay just selling these. Like, I'll trade in these 10, 12 games and then get one that I'm really going to play. And from that point forward, I was just like, okay, if I'm not happy with this game, I'm letting it go. The most recent one was Mario Tennis Aces. I traded in that game, and I think with that credit, I ended up getting Tetris Effect, and I think that was a pretty good swap.